More living jewels, tiny jumping spiders. Sinaraja has dozens of different kinds, most found only here. Close to the equator, constant warmth and wetness provide the stability that encourages diversity. Courting spiders semaphore their amorous intentions. Each species has its own unique signals. The variety seems endless. This extraordinary creature is a spider, but it's pretending to be an ant. Perhaps it's safer in disguise. Like samurai warriors, males circle and spar. Not a Halloween mask, but a caterpillar. If you look startling, you stand a good chance of not being eaten. Large eyes are only bluff, but bright colors can signal genuine nastiness. Hairs and spines are another deterrent. These weaver ants will eat a soft-bodied caterpillar alive if they can get past its bristly defenses. The spines are poisonous. They can cripple anything they pierce, and the caterpillar even has a shield over its vulnerable head. The ants have given up, but despite their defenses, the caterpillars are still at risk. A grey hornbill has its own way of dealing with those spines. A thorough thrashing on a branch, and the caterpillar is stripped of its defenses. Now it can be swallowed safely. Bird-wing butterflies and caterpillars are toxic and wouldn't be on the menu of the grey hornbills. Once it's ready to pupate, the caterpillar spins a silken thread around its body and attaches itself to a twig. Pupation occurs within 2 days. The adult birdwing emerges after 25 days and takes only a few minutes to emerge from the chrysalis. Once it has emerged, the butterfly spends an hour or so drying its wings. The Indian birdwing is the biggest butterfly in India, and the larger females have a wingspan of over 7 inches. This is the largest tree-borne fruit in the world, the jackfruit. Each fruit can grow to a length of 1 meter and weigh 80 pounds. Here, this Nilgiri langur samples it with gusto. A bonnet macaque scoops out the fruit's mushy insides. This jackfruit weighs 10 times more than this baby macaque. This infant will have to grow a bit before it can open one of these for himself. The palm squirrel is an opportunist. He makes the most of fruits that have already been opened by other animals. All of these animals know to anticipate the bounty of the jackfruit during and after the monsoons. This is a jackfruit feast. Gore, the biggest cows in the world. These massive wild ox thrive in our monsoon forests. It's the rutting season. Each bull brings a ton of rippling muscle to the contest. Rivals flaunt their strength and size one another up. Gore may be formidable, but tigers do sometimes attack them, even the fully grown bulls. This tiger won't be eating gore today, but I've been to some forests where gore are on the top of the tiger menu. I hope one day I get a chance to watch tiger attacking Gaur. The cows will go to any lengths to protect their calves and see the tiger off. The land of the tiger is also the land of the elephant. Elephants need even more living space. And perhaps more than any other animal, they epitomize the problems and paradoxes of our relationship with the wild. A 100 years ago, this was forest, elephant habitat. The British taste for tea changed all that. Huge areas were cleared to satisfy an alien thirst. But elephants still live in the scattered forests that remain. They don't eat tea, but they often use the tea plantations as pathways from one patch of forest to another. That can bring them into conflict with people. Not just here, but all over India, shrinking forests force them out into the open. Crops are trampled, houses destroyed, people killed. They've even caused panic on the outskirts of Calcutta. In other parts of the world, large animals were killed off. Our solution has been rather different. It's better to catch than kill. We've trained the elephant, harnessed its power to our needs. Elephants are virtually married to their keepers or mahavats, almost part of the family. They even cook special food for them in elephant-sized helpings. An elephant is much more than a working animal. It's an object of veneration. 500 million people worship Ganesh, the elephant god. In our journey through the land of the tiger, we have seen how closely the lives of man and animal are interlinked. There is nothing more striking than the relationship between the wild-caught elephant and the mahavat. This goes back 5,000 years and is passed down from father to son. In the West, Disney and the Jungle Book may have given you romantic notions of Mowgli and the elephant. The reality is rather different. Elephants have long working lives, but they don't come into their strength until their teens. So working elephants are caught from the wild. We use tame elephants to catch their wild cousins. The art of elephant catching is thousands of years old. There were two ways of catching them: driving whole herds into massive timber stockades or lassoing them. As machines take over our lives, the role of the working elephant has dwindled. Traditional techniques are now used more to catch problem elephants, especially here in the Northeast, where huge tracts of forest have vanished forever. They've spotted a young male. The chase is on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dirty knees.
Six dirty knees!
What are we going to do with 6 dirty knees? It's time for Tubby Sponges.
Tubby Pansies!
Tubby Pansies! Tubby Pansies!
Tubby Pansies!
Maybe we have the Tubby Pansies.
It's time for the Teletubbies to wash their dirty knees with their Tubby Sponges.
Tubby Pansies!
Tubby Pansies! Tubby Pansies! Tubby Pants! Tubby Pants!
6 dirty knees. 6 dirty knees. 6 dirty knees. Wash them clean.
6 dirty knees! 6 dirty knees! 6 dirty knees, and you wash them clean! Tubby Pansies! Tubby Pansies!
Tubby Pansies!
Tubby Sponges! Tubby Sponges!
Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. Tubby, 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 tubby. Wash, wash, wash.
Oh, Tubby Pansy, Tubby Pansy. Washi, 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 Tubby, washi, 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 Tubby, washi, 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 hooray! Tubby Pansy.
Tubby Pansies!
Yay!
There. Lala's knees are all clean now.
The Lala need the all clean now.
4 dirty knees. 4 dirty knees. 4 dirty knees. Wash them clean.
4 dirty knees, 4 dirty knees, 4 dirty knees, and you wash them clean.
Wash, 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 wash. Tubby, 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 wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. Tubby, 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 wash, wash, wash. Tubby Sponges! Tubby
Yay, Tubby Pansy.
There. Dipsy's knees are all clean now.
Sponges are all clean now.
Woo!
But Tinky Winky's still got dirty knees.
That's enough.
Tubby Pants! Tubby Pants!
Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. Tubby, 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 tubby. Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. Tubby, 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 tubby. Wash, wash, wash.
Tubby Pants!
There. Tinky Winky's knees are all clean now.
Tinky Winky Gnocchi!
No dirty knees. No dirty knees. No dirty knees. no dirty knees.
No dirty knees. No dirty knees.
Oh.
Party, 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 party. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Tinky Winky. Oh, Gypsy. Oh, Lola.
Look at Po. She's dirty all over.
Poppy, dirty all over. Tubby Punchy! Tubby Uh-oh.
One dirty Po. One dirty Po. One dirty Po. Wash her clean.
Tubby Punchy! Tubby Punchy!
Wash, wash, wash. Wash, wash, wash. Tubby, 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 tubby. Wash, wash, wash.
Teletubbies love their tubby sponges. There, now Po's all clean.
Time for Tubby bye-bye. Time for Tubby bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Tinky Winky.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Dipsy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Lala.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Po.
Boo!
No. Bye-bye, Tinky Winky.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Dipsy.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Lala.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Po.
The sun is setting in the sky. Teletubbies, say goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Funding for Teletubbies was provided by
Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Celebrating the joy of kids growing through interaction.
and by the annual financial support of PBS viewers like you.
It's time to
check it out!
And here's your happening host, Pete.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm happy to have you here for another edition of Check It Out, where every day is a red letter day, and today's red letter is...
Why? Yardstick, a really long ruler you can use to measure all sorts of things. It's 1, 2, 3 feet long. Are you taller than a yardstick?
Well, that's it for now, and remember, if there's anything you need to know, all you have to do is...
Check it out!
Yeah!
Once upon a time, there's 3 bears.
A papa, mama, and baby bear.
No, in this story, there's a mama and 2 baby bears.
Oh.
Who find...
A girl named Goldilocks.
No, they find a tree and race up it. But the tree is...
Too hot. No, too cold. No,
too high. It's scared. The baby's afraid. Until the mama bear tells them to hold on tightly and come down slowly.
And they all lived happily ever after.
Right.
Whew, I knew that.
Okay.
Broadcast of Ready to Learn on Maine Public Television is made possible in part by Lamy Wellahan, fitting children's shoes with care since 1914 from stores at the Maine Mall, Auburn Mall, Cook's Corner in Brunswick, in-town Augusta, and Falmouth Shopping Center.
Here's another pointer from Paula Poundstone.
Stick to it. Well, not exactly like that. Actually, what it means is not quitting. Sticking with something until you get it right. Like learning to tie your shoes or playing the guitar. If you stick to something, sooner or later, you'll get it right. Ta-da!
Stick to it!
I jump rope, yes I do. Then along comes Nina, that makes 2. 2 jump rope, Nina and me. Then along comes Keisha, that makes 3.
3 jump rope.
Is there a way? Let's take turns so we all can play.
Reading Rainbow is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, by the annual financial support of PBS viewers like you, and by grants from the National Science Foundation, the Pew Charitable Trusts, and the Arthur Vining Davis Foundation, and
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, who reminds you, books are totally overflowing with cool stuff. Get in on it. Wake up to the amazing world of reading.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. A reading rainbow.
Hi! There's something so magical about the seashore. Everywhere you look, the land meets the sea. And when these two worlds overlap, they create an extraordinary environment. When you soar above it like a bird, the seashore is magnificent. The seashore we're on is part of this island off the southwest coast of Florida. And because there's water all around us, there's seashore everywhere. It may look empty and deserted, but the seashore is full of life. Millions of creatures call this place home. Plants and animals grow here that can't live anywhere else in the world, so the seashore is a great place for exploring. I like to bring along a reference book with any information I might need. Today, I brought along Seashore Surprises by Rose Weiler. Let's see what it says. Lots of shells and seaweed lie along the line, marking the tide's highest point. Well, you can clearly see that this stuff was all brought here by the tide. That's a good place to start exploring. Well, let's give it a try. Wow. There are all sorts of treasures here. Take a look at this coral. Wouldn't you think it was a broken-off tree branch? Well, the real story is that it's an apartment house built by lots of tiny sea animals as a place to live. One of the coolest things about the seashore is the waves. They ride up and down the beach all day long. Waves are like a 24-hour delivery service, bringing things to and from the shore. Like these beautiful shells that wash up on the beach and decorate the sand. Shells are so pretty, you'd think that they were created by artists, but they were really made by sea animals. The animals grew the shells for protection and lived their whole lives inside. These shells are empty. The animals are long gone. But if you're lucky, you can find a live one in the surf. Hang on, I think I see something here. Wow, now look at this. This shell still has the animal inside. It's called a banded tulip. Can you see him in there? That dark purple muscly kind of thing is him. And he's got a trap door here, you see? If ever he feels threatened by anything, he'll close that little door and seal himself up tight. Shells are fascinating to look at, whether there's an animal inside or not. Here's one beachcombers like to find, an olive shell. Look at its smooth, shiny pattern, its delicate shape, and the way it glistens, so it always looks wet, even when it's dry. I think these are jingle shells. Let's see, one of the prettiest shells on the beach is the thin jingle shell. Some jingles are golden, some are silvery. Ah, jingle shell. It's like jingling coins. This wild-looking guy is called a spiny oyster. Ooh, who'd want to bite down on him? The spines are his protection from enemies like skates, crabs, and birds. Anybody in there? Nope, no one home. Now, this pin shell has a secret. See how plain it is on the outside? Well, inside is shiny and iridescent. The sea animal coats its shell with a special liquid that hardens into a rainbow of colors. It's called mother of pearl. Why do you think these shells are called kitten's paws? Because they look like a kitten's footprints in the sand. When a bird takes off down the beach like this, you can bet he sees lunch being served and doesn't want to miss a bite. Yes, sirree, it's time to chow down. Want to check out what's on the menu? These guys, coquinas. And coquinas don't want to be lunch. So they stick out a foot and scurry into the sand to hide. Bye-bye, coquinas. Bye-bye. These beautiful, exotic shells are called lightning whelks. As whelks grow up, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. When they start out, they're real small, and they develop in an egg case like this. It looks more like a necklace than a nursery. But the mother lightning whelk makes the case and lays her eggs in there for protection. It says here, open a few cases and hundreds of perfect tiny shells will spill out. Well, let's give it a try. Wow! Each of these is a baby lightning whelk. And it's true, they're perfectly formed. It's incredible that in 6 years, these babies could grow to be giants like this. Every minute of every day, the waves break on the beach. The waves do more than just bring things to shore. They can actually change the face of the shoreline. The seashore is constantly changing. Do you see how wide the beach is here? There's plenty of sand between the trees and the waves, okay? But check this out. Further down the beach, the sand has almost disappeared. The water comes right up to the trees. The beach is practically gone here, and it's the steady pounding of the surf that did it. The waves are much stronger here, so when they hit the shore, they tear away at the sand and drag it back to sea. The trees are left hanging. Their roots have nothing to hold on to. They get yanked right out when the sand washes away from the shore. Branches, trunks, and roots get all tangled. The sun beats down on them, drying out the wood and bleaching it. Eventually, pieces break off and become driftwood, ready to sail out to sea on a wave. What's left on the shore becomes weathered, polished, sculpted by the powerful forces of nature: the wind, the sun, and the sea. Well, if you've never been on an island before, you might think that the seashore looks the same all the way around. But you won't believe how different it is just a few feet away from here on the other side. You see how calm it is? Hey, Lisa!
Hi, Lamar.
How you doing?
Good. Why don't you come down?
Here I come.
Hi, LeVar.
Hi, Lisa. This is Lisa Satchel. She's a naturalist, and she knows this seashore inside and out. Now, Lisa, this side is another world entirely from the beach side over there. Why is that?
Well, here we have less wind, and because of less wind, we have no waves.
Right.
And there's a mix of fresh and salt water here.
Uh-huh. And also, there are none of these huge green trees on the beach side. Are these the mangrove trees?
Yep, and this is the red mangrove.
Wow. Can we go inside and take a look
Yeah,
at these?
you want to take a close look?
Absolutely. Right inside through here?
Just through here.
Oh, boy.
Just that.
Wow. This is very cool in here.
Yeah.
So these are the mangroves, huh?
Yep, these are red mangroves. And you see all those roots?
Right.
That looks like a big mess, but those prop roots, that's what they call these roots. They're propping the tree straight up off the ground.
Uh-huh. Now, Lisa, what is that smell I keep smelling?
It smells like rotten eggs?
Yeah.
That's all the dead and decaying leaves from the red mangroves, and it's falling down to the bottom. And it smells bad to you and me.
Uh-huh.
But to little critters, that means there's food around.
Ah, so there's all sorts of life underneath our feet?
Lots of life underneath our feet.
Wow. Why is it so hard to walk around in here? My feet keep getting stuck in this.
That's all the layers and layers and layers of that dead, decaying leaf matter.
Look at that. So there's a lot of life that lives in these mangrove roots, huh, Lisa?
Mm-hmm. These mangrove roots created a whole new different habitat for different animals to live. These are little barnacles.
Are these alive?
Mm-hmm. These are all alive, but they're all closed up right now because they don't want to get dried out.
Uh-huh.
All of these live under the water during the high tide, and we're in low tide now, so that's when we can see them. In fact, some animals like these oysters here
Whoa.
need to have just as much water as they get air.
So this is an oyster.
It's a clump of oysters. Oysters, like you're seeing here, that are closed up, they're very alive.
This looks like a rock. I can't believe there's so much life in here.
Yeah, there's lots of life in there.
What is this here?
That's a sea squirt.
Wow! Did you see that?
Yeah, and that's why they're called sea squirts.
What's it squirting there?
Water.
Just water?
Mm-hmm. Water it's collected when it was underwater today.
Uh-huh.
Look.
Wow, what's that?
It's a mangrove crab.
A mangrove crab. Look at that.
Yep.
Wow. Now they live
They live right here in the prop roots, and they eat the bottom layer of these leaves.
Uh-huh. That's all they do is they eat the underside of the mangrove leaves, huh?
Just the bottom layer.
Lisa, thank you so much for sharing this world with me.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
I had a lot of fun.
So did I. On this side of the island, not far from the mangroves, there's a hidden part of the seashore that most people never see. The underwater grass beds. You'd be surprised at how many sea creatures you can find here.
Christy!
Hi, LeVar.
Hey! How you doing?
All right. Did you have a good wade out here?
I cannot believe the water is shallow enough so that I could walk all the way out here. This is Christy Seaman. She's a marine scientist, and she studies the animal life here in these grass beds. That's what they're called, right? Grass beds.
That's right, and they surround the island. It's where all the little creatures hide. It's like an underwater forest.
So what are we going to do here today? Seining? Is that what you call it?
That's right. This is a seine net.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to pass it through the water. Anything smaller than the holes in this net are going to slip through. But anything bigger, I hope that we catch.
So the water will pass through, and hopefully we can get some animals in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's seine.
All right. Now you take one of the wooden poles.
Okay, I'll take this one, huh?
All right. And
All
we're
righty.
going to unroll it a little bit.
All right.
And the end with the lead weights, we're going to put down into the grass bed and let the lead weights tickle the animals.
Like this?
We're gonna jump up into a pocket in our net. Right. Now
I see. We create a pocket in here.
That's right.
Okay. Now, why do we do this, Christy? What's the value in seining?
Well, it helps me keep an eye on the health of the water around the island.
Uh-huh.
If I find lots of different types of creatures, I've got good, healthy water. If I find just a few of one species or another, then I'm going to need to do something about it.
You'll know something's wrong.
That's
huh?
right. All right, now here we go. We're going to try to catch these things. Now, this takes a little timing.
Okay.
On the count of 3, we're going to lift this wooden pole up so it's parallel to the water, and that'll help us keep the things inside the net. Ready?
Okay, uh-huh.
1, 2, 3, up it goes. All right.
What did we get?
Wow, look
Whoa,
at those fishes
look,
jumping.
they're jumping in there.
Yeah. Oh, this guy we want to set loose pretty quick.
What is that, Christy?
Oh, this is a spiny burrfish.
Uh-huh. Wow, look at that.
See his stripes?
Uh-huh.
How they look like eelgrass blades?
Is that his camouflage?
That's his camouflage.
Does a good job.
Yeah. And he's puffed himself up a little bit to look big and mean.
That's another protection?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll set him loose.
Yeah. There he goes.
Bye, little guy.
All right.
Let's see what we can put in our pan.
Yeah, what else is in here? And what's that there?
This is a scallop.
Look at that. So there's still an animal in here?
Yeah. Uh-huh. That one's alive. You might have found a dead one out on the beach, just the shell left over.
Wow, look, he's opening up there.
There he comes.
Wow! Wow!
Is he going to slam shut?
That's amazing. That really is wild.
These are sea stars.
Mm-hmm.
The line of bright orange is its tube feet on this sea star.
Those are all feet there.
Right.
There must be hundreds of them.
They look like little medicine droppers.
Do they have suction cups on the bottom?
Right. Uh-huh. Oh, look at this. This is the little darling of the grass beds.
Seahorse?
Yeah, can
Wow,
you see him?
Look at that. Is it a fish?
Yeah, it's a real fish. You'll see it has a curly tail. And that tail's meant to wrap around the blades of grass. In our pan, he doesn't have anything to hold on to, so he's holding on to the sea star instead.
Christy, at first I thought this was a piece of grass, but this is a fish too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a pipefish.
Pipefish.
And it camouflages itself by looking like a blade of grass. Yeah, look at its little face. Looks a lot like the seahorse.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Now, are they related? Are they cousins?
Yeah, they are cousins. It's almost as if it was a seahorse straightened out.
What's this little guy here?
It's called a sea urchin.
sea urchin.
Right.
Wow. That is amazing. Now, what are his spines for? Protection, I would imagine, huh?
Right.
Wow. Is that his mouth there?
Right, and you can see 5 little teeth in its mouth.
Uh-huh. That really is wild. Wow. This has been really cool, Christy. Thank you so much for sharing this world with me. You know what's really neat is that it's obvious to me that you really care about these animals and this whole environment out here.
Well, if this environment stays healthy, then humans stay healthy too.
Yeah, we are all a part of this same environment, aren't we?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should return these guys to their home, huh?
Be good,
Been
yeah.
awfully cooperative today.
Yeah, thanks for letting us borrow you.
Coming out and playing.
There you go, little guy.
At the seashore, there are millions of stories, and books can help you find them. Here are some that you can take exploring, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Have you ever wanted to visit a place so badly that you could see it in your imagination? The boy in this book wanted to go see the seashore, so he closed his eyes and imagined how it could be. This book is called The Seashore Book. The boy in the story lives in the mountains. He's never seen the seashore, so his mom takes him on an imaginary trip to the seashore. They see seagulls flying overhead. They watch sand crabs squaggling at their toes. Finally, the sun sets. I'd like to imagine that I could fly like a bird, and if I could, I would want to be a seagull, so I can live by the sea. I'm Trezetta Nixon, and I think you'll love this book. What has 2 feelers, 2 eyes, and crawls on 1 slimy foot? It could be an alien or just a creature from this book. What's inside shells? A snail's the creature we're talking about here. A small creature living inside its own shell. You can see the animals from the outside and the inside. Here's the inside of an oyster. Look, a pearl. Now that's cool. I'm Freddie, reminding you that there are some excellent creatures at your nearest beach. So catch a wave over to your nearest bookstore and get this book today.
Hi, I'm Shoaib. Here's a story of a cute little crab who needs a home. It's called Is This a House for Hermit Crab? The hermit crab is too big for his shell. His shell is his home and his protection. But it's not so easy for the hermit crab to find a new home. He tries a rock, but it's too heavy. He slips under a tin can, but it's so noisy. There's a bucket, but it's too deep. Finally, a big hungry fish comes and chases the hermit crab into his new home. The hermit crab is safe and sound. I really didn't even know what a hermit crab was before I read this book, but now I do. Read it for yourself. Is This a House for Hermit Crab?
At sunset, when you're on the beach and everything is calm, you could almost forget that all around there are these wonderful creatures. And that every wave that breaks washes up more. I'll see you next time.
Tomorrow afternoon, spend some time with our top dog. See 3 Canine Classics with Wishbone. Tomorrow at 4:30 on Maine PBS.
Today's Reading Rainbow books are Seashore Surprises by Rose Weiler, illustrated by Stephen James Petruccio, an outdoor science book, published by Julian Mesner, an imprint of Simon & Schuster Children's Book Division. The Seashore Book by Charlotte Zolotow, paintings by Wendell Miner, published by HarperCollins. What's Inside? Shells by Angela Royston. Photos by Andreas von Einsiedel, published by Dorling Kindersley, Incorporated. Is This a House for Hermit Crab? By Megan McDonald. Illustrated by S.D. Schindler, published by Orchard Books, New York.
Reading Rainbow was sponsored by a grant from Kellogg's Rice Krispies, reminding you books are totally overflowing with cool stuff. Get in on it. Wake up to the amazing world of reading.
Funding for the series was also provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, by the annual financial support of PBS viewers like you, and by grants from the National Science Foundation, the Pew Charitable Trusts, and the Arthur Vining Davis Foundation.
This is PBS.
Dum diddy dum 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 dum. High strength. Wow. Dop 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 dop.
For a tale that wags the dog, it's Wishbone. Weekdays at 4:30 on The Game.
Broadcast of Ready to Learn on Maine Public Television is made possible in part by Shop and Save, proud supporter of Maine Public TV. And by Family Preventive Dental Care, PA, with Dr. Jeff Wagner, providing preventive dental care for infants to adults.
I like the ocean and all the different kinds of fish. I'll be a marine biologist. I'll observe sea life.
Yeah, sure. What do you know?
Aha! My first discovery, the crabby fish.
Coming up next on The Game.
Stay tuned for doggy drama on Wishbone.
This is Maine PBS, also broadcast on translator stations W03 AM Harrison, W04 AY St. Francis, W30 BF Bangor, W04 BH Allagash, and W04 BS Bethel.
From PBS viewers like you, and by
Chuck E. Cheese's. Explore the adventures of reading with PBS. Chuck E. Cheese's. Where a kid can be a kid.
7-Eleven.
Anyone can explore the pages of a book.
What's the story, Wishbone? What's this you're dreaming of? Such big imagination on such a little part. What's the story, Wishbone? Do you think it's worth a look? It kinda seems familiar, like a story from a book. Shake a leg now, Wishbone. Let's wag another tail. Sniffing out adventure with Wishbone on the trail. Come on, Wishbone. What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone? What's the story, Wishbone?
Today, on Wanda's Wilderness, we study the migrating habits of yard flamingos. The yard flamingo doesn't need a lot of space, and it's rarely been seen to fly. But it will suddenly reappear somewhere else when you least expect it. This gives the yard flamingo a reputation as the most feared bird in the yard. And then there's the peg-leg toucan, which has been known to eat the entire arm of a... Careful, Dan! That's one hungry bird. Good choice, Dan.
Hi, Wishbone.
And the mailman is saved from Wanda's Wilderness by the bristly backyard terrier. Arr.
Hi, Mr. Bloodgood.
Morning, Sam. Wanda?
Hi, Dan.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. It's going to be a great day.
Come with me, Dan. It's dangerous in the wilderness. I'll escort you back to civilization.
You are the one. I'm the one. How sweet. Or I'm the one. The one what? I got a note yesterday, too, at the Chronicle.
You think it might be a secret admirer?
I don't know. Maybe. Do you think so? Well, let's see. The first note said, soon you'll know what we think of you. That's nice, isn't it? Or soon you'll know what we think of you. Oh, it could mean two entirely different things. That's odd.
Hey, there's a sale at Oakdale Sports and Games. Aren't these the wrist weights that you wanted? Hey, you better go. It's only one day.
You are the one. You are the one.
As we follow Wanda out of the wilderness, we wonder, where is she going? And why is she whistling?
Hi, Wanda.
Hi, Travis.
Hi, Travis.
I knew that wrist weight sale would get you in here. They're, right over there.
Ooh, supplies. No expedition into Wanda's wilderness would be complete without a pup tent. Pup tent.
There was something in the post office. The post office wasn't what everyone thought it was. And the postman wasn't what everyone thought he was. And when the lobby door creaked open, an eerie green fog drifted out, followed by a blast of icy cold air.
Ooh, how frightening. Tell me more. Malene is crazy about mysteries. She reminds me of another young woman who loves suspense stories. The heroine of Northanger Abbey, completed by Jane Austen in 1803. Our story begins in the city of Bath, England. The city was called Bath because of its famous healing mineral waters in ancient Roman baths. The heroine of our story, Catherine Morland, loved Gothic novels. Gothic means mysterious. Henry Tilney and his sister Eleanor had come to Bath for the season. The best water in the world. Already I'm feeling, well, less dog-tired.
Yes. Henry,
Do you see any of our friends?
Eleanor, do we have any real friends here?
Ah, but there is John Thorpe. Surely you can say you know him.
I know him only as someone who brags constantly.
And there is his sister, Isabella.
Yes, who flirts with every man she meets.
And Mrs. Allen, and her companion, Catherine Morland. Henry, have you also formed an opinion of Miss Morland?
Now, she seems genuine. Ah, but so little in Bath is as it seems.
Oh, Henry.
Catherine, enthralled with your novel, I see.
I've been reading it ever since I woke. I'm at the Black Veil.
Aren't you wild to know what's behind the veil?
I know it must be a skeleton. I'm sure it is a skeleton.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, Miss Morland has been frightening us most dreadfully.
Have you read Udolpho, Mr. Thorpe? It is the most frightening.
Never read novels? All full of nonsense. Locked room and noises in the night. Huh. That one with the skeleton? Yeah. Or was it the portrait of the dead wife?
There was a portrait in the Black Tower, but I thought you never read novels.
Let's go say hi.
What is your opinion of the mysteries of Udolpho, Mr. Tilney?
I finished it in 2 days, my first standing on end the entire time. I could not lay it down. Allow me to show you my favorite part. As she mused, she saw the door slowly open, and a rustling sound in a remote part of the room startled her. Through the dusk, she thought she perceived something move.
And they could hear the postman coming up the steps. Clunk, drag, clunk, drag. And then the mail slot creaked open, and a bony hand came through.
Here you go. Oh, Wanda, something came for you today.
For me? I haven't ordered anything. Why would anyone send a letter to me here?
You know, even though it was addressed to the store, I didn't want to open it because it has your name on it.
Also typewritten, no signature.
Travis, my good friend. How much for the pup tent? I'm going on safari.
Words can't describe all you've done.
That's nice.
This doesn't sound like a secret admirer.
A mysterious letter writer? Who could it be?
Mr. Bloodgood was just here. I bet he wrote the note to Miss Gilmore. Come on, we have to follow him.
Dan? Dan wouldn't do something like that. Hey, you guys have got the wrong idea. Henry Tilney was about to receive some information that would cause him to get the wrong idea about his new friend, Catherine.
Mr. Tilney, Miss Tilney. And would this be your father?
And you are?
Honored, sir. May I offer you and your family tea? I have a special relationship with one of the more high-class establishments.
Thank you, Mr. Thorpe, but we were on our way to see Miss Morland.
A most remarkable young woman. I'm well acquainted with her. She stands to come into a great deal of money, you know.
Really? A great deal of money?
I was not aware of this.
Mr. Tilney, I'm not in the habit of passing misinformation.
Really?
Miss Morland has promised to go walking with us.
Oh, but she sent me to relay her regrets. She forgot she promised to accompany me on a carriage ride. Ta-ta.
Did he just say ta-ta?
It's not like Catherine to forget an engagement. Not to break one.
Sister, do we know what Catherine is really like?
Miss Morland, splendid plan for today. We are to go in my carriage to Clifton. Remarkable view of the ruined castle there.
Perhaps it is haunted.
I am sorry, Mr. Thorpe, but I've already made a promise to the Tilney.
No. I had settled that matter. I just saw them in the street and made your excuses.
This will not do. You had no business inventing such a message. You have made a dreadful mistake. I must make it right. Mr. Tilney! Forgive me. It was all a mistake. I never promised I would go with them.
I told you it was not in Miss Morland's nature to forget her promise to us.
Father, may I present Miss Catherine Morland. Miss Morland, my father, General Tilney.
I'm glad you were able to join us today, since we must return to Northanger Abbey tomorrow.
Northanger Abbey?
Our family home. The abbey was built over 400 years ago, but our living quarters are quite modern.
If you can honor us with a visit, you will make us happy beyond expression.
Father, your wishes correspond with my own.
Northanger Abbey?
Catherine traveled to Northanger Abbey with the Tilneys and could hardly contain her excitement. She imagined the abbey as a great, mysterious place.
Are we nearing Northanger Abbey?
We're only halfway there, my dear.
Besides, the countryside isn't foreboding enough.
Oh, Henry. I am sure Northanger is a fine old place, just like one reads about.
Yes, but places one reads about have sliding panels and things hidden behind the drapery.
Oh.
But not Northanger. It's far too modern.
Oh.
Quite right. Unless you're led to a distant room filled with gloomy portraits and mysterious chests, and letters written in cryptic words, which you try to read by the dim light of your candle as you cower in the corner.
I'm so sorry. I was going to call you. Can you come by the house tonight at about 7? I need a little help with the project.
Yeah, sure, 7. Ellen, there's something I want to talk to you about. I've been getting these letters.
Oh, that reminds me. This came for you at the library today. Listen, gotta run. I'll see you later on tonight, okay? Busy, busy day.
Wait and see. Wait and see what?
You guys are in shape. Whew. See, there's no mystery about the mailman. Now, don't you kids get carried away with this crazy idea. And don't stay out too late.
What are those kids up to? Hi, Wishbone.
Hi, Wanda. Tell me about your day.
I'm not having a very good day.
Oh.
Well, at least I know you didn't write the notes. But who did?
Don't worry, Wanda. I'm a born hunter. And if I can track down a yard flamingo, I can track down a mysterious letter writer. You just stay here and think happy thoughts.
Wait and see.
Happier thoughts.
Wait and see. What?
Happy thoughts.
See what I've done? Have I done something?
Want to find out where the mysterious letters are coming from? You have to go to the source. Oh. Hello? I have a registered parcel to pick up.
I can't see anyone inside. Well, maybe there's some kind of secret password. Or a monster. Or a clue to who's sending the letters. Or a ghost. Ooh, a postal poltergeist.
Hello? Dog needs assistance with door. Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Wow. So this is where all the mail comes from. Question is, how do I get to it? Well, what do you know about that? A doggy door. No bridge! No bridge! Mental note, always be careful which doors you go through.
lovely.
And here, the two passages cross.
This is the very oldest part of the Abbey.
The family rooms are in that wing.
And what rooms are to be found in this wing?
It is scarcely used any longer. No one goes into that wing.
Eleanor, Miss Morland has already seen all that could be worth her notice. I suggest you both take a rest before dinner. Come along, Henry.
Father is right. There is only Mother's room in that wing.
Your mother's room?
Yes. The one in which she died. Oh, it was all so sudden. I wasn't even at home. Neither was Henry. There is your room. Dinner is at 7.
Forbidden wing. This is just like a book. Why doesn't the General want me to see it? What happened to Mrs. Tilney when no one was home?
Well, that's strange. I don't remember Eleanor opening this door. Who could that be? Catherine? What in the world is she looking for?
What was that noise? Clue. Or a confession. Oh, Mr. Tilney, I did not know you were there.
But the question is, why are you here? Perhaps you were looking for something?
Well, I was...
What are you hiding, Miss Morland? Ah, yes, I see. What is this? An ancient manuscript, perhaps? Oh, my, frightful. Have you... Listen to this. It says, 6 embroidered handkerchiefs. 3 pairs white stockings. My mother's laundry list. There was no mystery about my mother's death. She contracted a fatal fever. I fear my father has never recovered from the loss, and he did not wish to bring sad memories by visiting her room.
Oh, Mr. Tilney, I am so sorry. I've allowed my imagination to carry me completely away. I've been very foolish. It would have been shocking to find out your father...
My dear Miss Morland, consider the dreadful nature of your suspicions. This is not the setting for some Gothic novel. This is our home. And so I thought, go to the place where all the mail comes from. And that brought me here, and that led me to the doggy door that wasn't really a doggy door, and here I am. Hi.
Come on, Wishbone. You know dogs aren't allowed in the post office.
Hi, Wanda. I didn't have any luck at the post office. Boy, this whole affair has got the little dog about as confused as he can be. Young Catherine's troubles weren't over either, as she was about to receive some disturbing news.
Eleanor, what is it? How shall I tell you? How shall I tell you?
My father has an engagement which takes us away on Monday. You must return home immediately.
Have I offended the General?
My father's temper is not happy. Something has ruffled it. Some vexation, some disappointment. But he did not say.
Oh, Eleanor. If I have offended him, I am sorry.
Miss Mullen, please, wait!
Your father said I must leave immediately.
Please, a moment of your time. Miss Mullen, your imagination allows you to think the worst of yourself, but never that others may have made a mistake. You see, my father received a letter from John Thorpe accusing you of being a fortune hunter. He said you were pretending to be Mrs. Allen's heiress so that I would be inclined to marry you.
But that's not true. Mrs. Allen is but a family friend doing me a kindness by bringing me to Bath. Someone has misled Mr. Thorpe.
I assure you that Mr. Thorpe is quite capable of misleading himself and others.
I cannot believe John Thorpe would have such horrible intentions. Isabella and John were my friends.
My dear Miss Morland, you are truly blind to the sins of others. I, too, worried that you were just a spoiled, rich creature with a vivid imagination. But now I know you are innocent, with a kind and caring heart.
Thank you for the compliment, Mr. Tilney. But perhaps I need to learn more about the real world and judge people as they really are, not as I would imagine them.
Well, perhaps we can learn together. I'm sorry, Wanda. I sniffed all over town for the letter writer, and all I got for it were sore paws. Ow.
Hello? I know she said to be here at 7. What's going on around here?
Where are my people?
Ellen?
A party? For me? You shouldn't have.
Happy birthday! Oh, I can't believe it. I mean, my birthday's not even until next week.
Well, we know, but we wanted to surprise you. And you're not easy to surprise.
We all pitched in, but I did the decorations.
Well, what about all those mysterious notes I've been getting?
Well, we wanted to distract you a little bit, but not give away the surprise.
You are the one who keeps us all together.
Yeah, we wanted to give something back to you, and, well, we're sorry if you were worried.
Well, I guess I did let my imagination kind of run away with me. Oh, look at that cake.
We had it specially made for you.
Cake. There's cake. There's cake.
Wanda, we just wanted to show you how much we appreciate you. You're such a good friend, and you're my best friend. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Ellen.
Wishbone?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Happy birthday, Wanda! Listen, good. Oh, excuse me. His hat set so well, and his greatcoat looked so becomingly important. When Jane Austen described Henry Tilney in her novel Northanger Abbey, he was as fine as any hero of England. Naturally, I added my canine charm to the role, but costumes really help make a story come to life.
Clothing helps to convey a sense of time, helps to convey a sense of who these people are and where they are in life.
Notice how different the set looks when it's filled with our modern crew? To make a believable story, our costumes need to match what people wore during the story's time period.
Miss Morland, splendid plan for today.
I blend right into 19th century England, don't you think? That's why costume designers are so important. They design all the actors' costumes, right down to their hats and gloves. In the 1800s, hats were worn all the time. So in our show, hats were a big part of the costume. Some were very fine to indicate wealth. Some were simple to indicate a working person, such as a strawberry vendor. And some attire was outlandish, to mimic the personality of the character.
Mr. Tilney, Miss Tilney.
Others were just plain stylish.
As far as Wishbone's hats, we make each and every one of them simply because period hats don't exist that small.
Who knew? My costumes are also custom made. Every time we tell a story, we dig up a new fashion sense. Once the original design is approved, we sew them up and then do the fitting.
These great works of literature that we are recreating, they leave a lot to the imagination of the reader.
Every single costume takes some creative thinking. You can imagine your own costumes when you read books. Check one out at your local library. It's the fashionable thing to do.
Tomorrow